time, before we prepare to have a presentation that we have tonight, I'm going to ask DMR, Representative Anton Schneider, to give us an update related to the last meeting presentation. There were some questions that they were able to give us some answers to.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Council, for your time. I appreciate it. I'm Michael Mikowski with DMR Architects, for some of you that have met me and others who haven't. I just want to read through the response that you sent back to the Council's questions and the public's questions out loud. And as you guys know, the presentation that we had presented is conceptual in nature and is subject to change. It's just to capture a vision of what George Street could do. So in regards to snow removal we likely address on a block-by-block basis within the George Street area. We would work within the city of New Brunswick and City Market to identify the available equipment and to determine the best location for snow piling in the event for larger storms. For light snow events, we would anticipate salting in the plaza or any of the other options that would be chosen. In the advance of a storm, we would have excess piling, snow in designated areas. We would initially anticipate these areas to be alongside the side streets, not directly on George Street. And it could be dedicated to a designated parking spot as an example of one of those places to have the snow loaded on. The other option would be to remove the snow and deliver it to a larger public park or open space in close proximity. Next is an ADA compliance question. Any plan that will be designed will be in full compliance with ADA requirements in the state of New Jersey. Next is a question on sufficient trash and recycling. The plan includes to have an 8 by 36 foot area designated for trash and recycling located on Bayard, Patterson, and Church Street, which are intended to be large enough to support the needs of the businesses along each of the blocks. Bin sizes range from 32 to 96 gallons and can be placed back to back. The conceptual plan also includes 12 bins at each of those locations, and they can be increased to 20 bins per location. The bins are designated to be lockable and rodent-proof and come in a variety of designs and colors. Trash receptacles will also be provided for the public within the plaza. That goes beyond the businesses. And the intent is that those receptacles will be picked up on a day-to-day basis and placed into the larger bins. Public seating. Public seating can and will be provided. The location, type, design can be determined as the next part of the design process. As far as project cost, our scope, meaning DMR, our scope of work was initially for the study to not include a cost estimate as part of that, our scope, and is premature at this point in the process to give an accurate estimate. We would recommend as the next step in this process to move forward with a survey to better understand both the underground utilities and the above ground services that could be needed to more accurately get a potential cost estimate for this project. With that information, we can give an appropriate cost estimate for underground and above ground improvements as needed, depending upon the option that was chosen. Bike lanes. Bike lanes are a critical component of any city design, and as part of the next steps, we would recommend engaging in a dialogue regarding bike access to George Street from surrounding areas and neighborhoods. As it pertains to the specific option, option 2, which is the plaza option, the concept plan does not permit bicycle use within the public plaza, specifically for safety issues regarding the public. This is intended to create a safe pedestrian-only plaza that require bicyclists to dismount their bikes at the entrances and exits of the park. And for the other options, bicycle lanes can and will be added to the plan within the street. Public restrooms. The conceptual plans do not currently provide public restrooms within the design. However, public restrooms can be provided within a structure if they are simply required. Emergency access. As part of the initial process, DMR met with both fire and police department and coordinated with respect to all the options, not only one option, the necessary dimensions to allow for emergency vehicle access from a safety standpoint. Option 2 in particular, which is the closed plaza, provides an 18-foot clear area on both sides to service both sides in case of an emergency for George Street property. We anticipate re-engaging with both departments as part of the next steps to ensure all safety concerns are addressed as part of the design development. The other options provide access along the proposed street. It's just option 2 that has the full closure of George Street. Programming. This was not part of our initial scope of work as far as DMR was tasked, and we agree that it is a critical component to the success of the project. We consider that City Market would be taking the next steps of this programming for George Street, depending upon if the design moves forward and what option would be selected. And as far as hostile architecture, this was not considered for the initial concept plans, and we anticipate this would be discussed as part of the next step. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for providing those answers to us, and I'm pretty sure that we will continue this conversation, as we said at the last meeting, moving forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you.